New Japan Pro Wrestling Road to Power Struggle, November 1st, 2020. We're in Corcoran Hall tonight, so we are on the road again, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't know, I love taking road trips, so getting on the road is definitely one of my favorite things to do. And I'm watching New Japan Pro Wrestling with New Japan Pro Wrestling fans around the world. It just makes the experience that much better. So we got a main event, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. This show should be a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and get into it. So Yuya Uemura defeated Yota Tsuji at the opening match of the show. We all know my love for the Young Lions is recorded as well as it always has been, as often as it is. I always expect solid things from these guys to be better than the bouts that are sometimes later in the show. So this was a short, but it was a really feisty match right here. Both of these guys look solid throughout, and as per usual, it was the Young Lion goodness that you will want out of them. It especially picks up well at the 5-minute mark. It has a fun closing stretch of exchanging of chops, forearms, and then Uemura catching Tsuji with this amazing suplex and winning the bout here. So, not a lot to write about in this match, but just know this is a solid, straightforward match with the Young Lions. Nothing to sneeze at, something you can't go wrong with by any stretch of the imagination. No complaints from me as always, as I'm here to give the Young Lions love, as I always do. So, solid outing by both these gentlemen. Match number 2 we have Toru Yano, Yoshihashi, and Hiroki Goto defeating the team of Doki, Zack Sabre Jr., and Taichi right here. So, didn't know if you guys knew this. Suzuki Gun, they did attack these guys before the bell here. Match has an opening stretch of Yano getting abused, and I thought that was a little come on, man, you can't be abusing Yano like that, but at the end of the day, it still was a little bit funny. So this match, of course, involved teases and glimpses of Yoshihashi and Goto versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi. And some exchanges definitely got me ready for this match that's coming up tomorrow morning. So in that regard, honestly, the match really did serve its purpose right here. So as a whole, this match was fine. It worked well, and it was fun. Everyone seems to be willing to work tonight, so that's really good. Didn't go overly long. Yoshihashi and Goto got the win going in tomorrow. We got ourselves a fight at the end. And Chaos actually, which is kind of a different situation, was the ones coming out on top of the fight. Usually when Suzuki Gun gets their post-match attack in, they're the guys coming out on top of the fight. But not tonight. Chaos was the ones that walked out and was the bigger, badder guys. So, do I think we'll have 2 new tag team champions tomorrow? Not really, but I think it's going to be a damn good match. So check this match out as well. Next match we got, guys, match number 3, we have Will Ospreay and the Great Okan defeating Kazuchika Okada and Gabriel Kidd right here. So, I think we all are wondering here going into this match, the big question is, who's going to take the pinfall in this match? Nah, just kidding. We all know who's going to do it. But there is a pig plushie in Ospreay's and Okan's corner, and when there's a match, it gets punted, when there's a match, then when this happens, and it gets punted, that's going to be a 5-star moment for me, I swear. This match, it picked up a bit once we got some Okada-Ospreay exchanges, which it shouldn't be shocking at all. Things should be a bit more heated when they're in the ring. And Okan, his offense, I'm kind of being a little bit slow warming up to it, so that probably could change once he has this big singles match this weekend. So he's working on things, and I don't think we should be too dismissive of that. So I actually want this guy to do well. I think he's going to do well. Gabriel Kidd is a young lion. He continues to excel in his role, and by the end of this match, we did have a really solid, fun outcome and a fun match. I feel like I'm maybe saying quite a bit about this match and what happened, but this was probably the best match of the opening 3, just being unbiased and just being honest right here. So next we get into closing sequences of the show. We have the Bullet Club, the returning Chase Owens, Kenta, Jay White defeating the team of Tamaki Homa, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Kota Ibushi, the G1 Climax 2020 winner and the briefcase holder. We got ourselves a Tanahashi Jay White ab show-off, so this match is off to a wonderful start with that. We got a good long stretch of Homa getting abused, and I figured that's probably how this match is going to go when you get Chase Owens returning. I thought that was what's going to happen. So it didn't really feel overly long, but maybe for some people, I didn't mind it. I could see where they wouldn't think it would be overly interesting. So don't worry about that. Once you'll get the expected teases of Jay White and Ibushi and Tanahashi and Kenta in this match, that's going to make you get excited a little bit more. The Ibushi-White exchanges were really good, and I think their match is going to happen this upcoming weekend. Is going to be damn fun and damn good. Kind of intrigued at how the interference thing is going to play out, so we'll see how that happens. The Kenta and Tanahashi exchanges were fine, but I'm wondering about how that match is going to go this weekend. So I maybe expect a little more out of the Ibushi Jay White, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. So this match, I think both matches were teased well in this match, excuse me, and this served a purpose. We get Chase Owens getting a victory in his turn. Pretty nice, solid outcome. He actually shouted out Tracy Smothers after it because he had Tracy written on his wrist tape. So nice outcome. This was a solid match. So maybe I gonna say worse is a bad adjective. So I'll go ahead or description, maybe not adjective, but worse is a bad description. But maybe the match left the most to be desired on this show. We have Sonata and Tetsuya Naito representing Los Ingobernables de Japón, taking on Yujiro Takahashi and Evil. So we're getting Evil Naito for it after all, and Naito's even expressed, some displeasure in having this match take place. So yeah, it's just weird. We're getting this match 4 times in this year, and I don't know about you guys, but I have zero interest or investment in this match. I'm just over and done with the Naito Evil stuff right now. I kind of struggled to get through this match, and I'm kind of struggling to get through this Naito Evil 4th match that we got going on. So we got a Paradise Lock on Yujiro, so we can all get a nice Paradise Lock pop. We all love the Paradise Lock here. So we get Yujiro Sonata. They having to stand off of biting each other's thumb at one point. I was slightly amused by that. So this is one of those matches that felt longer than it actually was. Togo actually chokes Naito out, and we get ourselves a DQ. Naito is quote-unquote in trouble. Evil stands tall, and ultimately, I really don't even care. This match is not doing it for me. I don't know why we're going back to this so soon. But, hey, it is what it is, and we don't book things. Ghetto books things. So, main event time. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. We have Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado defending their titles and defeating Los Dos Peligrosos, Bushi, and Hiromu Takahashi. So, this match started off with everyone going right at it. No feeling each other out, no testing each other. Just know that we know what each other's about, so let us do our thing. This match just keeps going, and it doesn't rest right here. Both of these teams are full of energy. I'm not saying that this match doesn't ever slow down. It does, but I'm just saying there's not a wasted moment of anything happening in this match, and that's something I can really appreciate. Bushi had a hot tag spot, and he looked really good in that role in this match. He was full of fire. He was really working his ass off right here. Super fun. When Hiromu Takahashi eventually gets tagged back in, the same speed and the same energy is kept up right here. Everyone is wrestling as if they're in the main event spot, and it's definitely appreciated, and it's definitely warranted, all 4 of these guys right here. With Kanemaru and Despy in control, it's not boring to anybody in the slightest. I don't think it's boring at all. So they keep things going, and they make sure it never gets too mundane or dull. Special tactic for heel wrestlers. This isn't shocking because, like I said, El Desperado and Kanemaru, they make a wonderful team, and I think they don't really get the much respect that they deserve. So, man, this is just a really good match right here. We have ourselves a Kanemaru and Takahashi section, and this is really fun to watch. Both guys work really well during these sequences. In fact, other than a bit brief of Bushi and El Desperado, we get them going at each other for quite a bit, which is good, and I have zero complaints at that. So, this is where the parts of the match right here, we get Bushi's is bringing it, hitting the top rope Hurricanrana here. He's hitting the Canadian Destroyer on El Desperado. We get a ref bump from Desperado, putting him in the way of Bushi coming off the top rope. So things slow down right there to a stop with everyone going out to help the referee out. We know it's time for shenanigans, ladies and gentlemen, and Desperado proves that correct by breaking the title belt, but he's immediately cut off by the replacement ref. And I mean, I thought this was probably the bringing a home point of this match, and maybe it should have been, but to be fair, it does with the ref distracted, allow a low blow, and Desperado putting Bushi away. I thought this match was excellent. This was a great match. I felt the ref bump was not needed in this match, and I do feel like saving off some time would have made it absolutely that much better. Also, it would have made the finish that much hotter, in my opinion. With that said, I found it to be great, and this was a superb to excellent matchup, and Bushi was the standout here in this match, in my honest opinion. So, final thoughts on New Japan Road to Power Struggle 2020 Night 7. It's an easy show with a great main event. Nothing you really need to go out of your way to watch up until the main event, which was great, but like I said, had some minor criticisms. I love titles like the junior tag teams are getting our main event spots right here. It's a great way of elevating and making the titles feel important. It's not hard to make titles feel important and worthwhile in pro wrestling, but it does actually take effort and wanting to put the effort in. So, making titles feel like they're important, and I will treat them as such. Seems like a simple concept to me, excuse me. So, that was my review of Night 7, New Japan Pro Wrestling Power Struggle 2020. We are SOS Wrestling Network. Like, share, subscribe. It is your boy, the Pro Wrestling FlyGOD. It's the first time listening to me. Thank you for checking us out. Until then, night 8 is tomorrow morning. We'll have something in the books for that. So y'all know what to do until then. I know I'm not this worried about the current main event feud, but guys, until then, you know what to do. You know what to do. Tranquilo.